So, it's been a while, and, well, I'm here in Rust. Essentially, the Rust server that OTV made, a few weeks back, post all that drama, and I got invited to play. However, though, I realized quite quickly that I was more in the tail end of it, its lifespan as people moved away from it, egos clashed, all the good bits ran out. So I got to play in it 1 week during its basic, downwind. And even then, I had a lot of fun. Kind of was always curious about Rust because it seemed like the kind of game I would like to play. One where you get to just build everything, be some kind of weird survival monkey. But you know, the community is apparently very special. So I never really got around to that, or being brave enough to try it at least by myself until this thing came out to be, and it was really fun. It was actually kind of like the injection of life I needed into my soul, and I'll go into that in a little bit. I just gotta want to show off my little gas station thing. Yeah, I can't write for shit. I'm not good at drawing, especially on a computer. Even worse. I became like the gas man of the entire town, and mostly by pure accident, which will also be a pretty funny story. That's why my house is a little bit janky. Look at this thing. I actually feel like it has this kind of really nice brutalism look to it. It's pretty adorable in a way. And most people thought that my Mexican flag was an Italian flag, mostly because it didn't have an eagle in the middle. But, I can barely write in straight lines. Do you think I can draw an eagle? But this is my little home, the inside of it. It's very cramped, and it's mostly because I had no idea what I was doing. I built this room first, pretty much jam-packed every little thing I could into here, and then expanded this little room here. And then they told me, by the way, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have a business, and you have to run it. So I had to come up with something. I was basically living in the equivalent of Las Vegas, or Rust Vegas as they called it, and I was breaking the law. So I tried a lot of things, being like a goon for hire, being trying to be a U-Haul. I was trying real hard to do something. I ended up getting a car, and I said, you know what? I'll just bus people around. That would be cool. Maybe I'll start a bus thing or whatever. That didn't take off, most because again the player base did fall, so that kind of service was no longer important. By the way, I got 2 trucks. Yeah. They're like, once I learned to actually drive in this game, and the fact that I got the cars, that became basically my favorite thing to do. The driving in this game is chaotic but hilarious, and you're just gonna get this weird chaotic feel to it. But yeah, so just to be a quick rundown, I'm not unique in this. Everyone had pretty much a really rough 2020. A lot of streamers grew thanks to 2020, but I didn't. I didn't have the heart to go back to streaming or anything like that. So I didn't get to, ride that wave. Mostly, I had moved to a whole different city, a whole different state, to try to just go on with life and do something new and all that other good stuff. But COVID hit, and all those opportunities basically exploded, or imploded, and they're gone for good. Hopefully they return, but I doubt they will. So eventually that put me in a huge depression, especially because I moved to a whole new, city. I knew no one, so I couldn't even talk to anybody, even if I was trying to be safe, and I was super isolated. It was just pretty much pointless to do anything outside without risking dying, especially since my state had a lot of people who just wouldn't wear masks, and one of the cities nearby is extraordinarily anti-mask, so we were even more isolated. And I got, just real depressed. However, Lily invited me to the server, and to be fair, that kind of just brought a lot of my morale back up, and I felt what I had been missing for a while: community. And I figured, you know what, maybe something like this can remotivate me to do something. Not to stream for money or do much or whatever, and not to go back to League of Legends. We'll see what happens. I just kind of had this idea that, who knows, I could just play any game. But mostly what I really just wanted all this time is to talk to people. And also I want to catalog all this whole, what's remaining. Most of these things decay. In Rust, if you fail to maintain a certain kind of upkeep of your base, especially if it's really massive, parts of it start falling apart. So you'll see some buildings that, I've snuck into there, broke into their buildings, and try to stuff resources in there to keep it from decaying, because it's kind of sad to see a lot of this go, but eventually, obviously, I won't be able to do so. Most of the people have moved on and are waiting for either a reset or for something to happen. Like, there are ideas floating around, and some of them seem really cool, but I do hope that, we get a second playthrough of this. But anyways, let's, run into New Vegas, or Rust Vegas, I mean, with my horsey. Well, this somebody's horse. I found it before the game started, so, but they also spawn in the wild. This is the second branch of Fusely's Fantastic Fireworks. By the way, I just gotta say, the fact they put out about like 3 fireworks displays and they were all real cool, and this in particular was just kind of hilarious seeing this go up. She and her fiance have been really, how would I put it, amusing together. Her fiance is like this really, Edison I believe his name is super calm, collected and everything, and Fusely is, how would I put it, she's almost like she starts so many fires and so many problems with people in a chaotically hilarious way that people are terrified of her. I was reviving someone on the ground as they were dying. She walks up to them and just shoots them in the face and, goes, whoo! And I cracked the fuck up as much as I was horrified. So that whole bit was hilarious as fuck. It was a chippy shop. I wasn't around to see it go up, so I have no stories for that kind of event. And the Drunken Dragon was a huge event where, the losing political candidates of a mayoral election that happened were discussing basically, a stop the steal kind of situation. It was funny, and it was also where Fusely got her first fireworks going on this. They haven't really reopened it since, then. I believe this is the house of the church, or of the blood god. It's starting to decay, which is the sad part. So you can see parts of it falling off. But yeah, like the whole roof is gone now. But yeah, there was this whole thing of the church, the blood god basically being the god that governs all of us, and we had some interesting events. You can watch some of those on like Critical's video, where we had to all fight off a wave of zombies, and the god punished us all for our, for being pretty much degenerates. Here's Assassination. They had their grand opening yesterday, which was actually really hilarious and fun. I can't go in because they got a lock on it, but essentially there's a faction here called Team Rocket, and, well, they opened up a strip club. Pretty basic, right? So, then it's the gun store. I did buy one gun from them. It's a revolver, but they haven't really kept everything in stock. Again, tail end of things. Here's the Church of the Blood God, where they sacrifice people every now and then and start horrific events that kind of bring the downfall of all of us. Then this is, well, this thing is starting to fall apart now, you can see, and it's actually really sad. They used to have a bigger sign up here, but the decay is starting to take in, so I'm pretty sure most of it's going to fall apart. But this, I believe, was Shroud's car dealership, and I bought my first car from them. It was pretty fun. He crash landed, smashed right into us, or smashed right into the store, and sold me the car. So, if once everything decays, it'll be sad to see this go, but we get to steal all the cars, so I don't feel too bad. I want a longer car. Now that I know they're all in the back over there. I actually didn't know they had more cars in display until I just walked up here because, I tend not to want to enter too many people's homes unannounced. But, I'm eyeing these cars now. And if they want to stop me, they better come back. But anyways, so back on my horse. Close the door. Oh no, close it on myself. Give me a sec. Yeah. There used to be more lots. That's why things built around here, which you'll see. Like in this here, we had like this ridiculously tall, ugly ass building that a guy built just as a meme. Here used to be a restaurant owned by Raffle Gator, but he sold it, or it was taken from him by the pirates, and the pirates are just sort of starting to take over Rust Vegas. But they too, I think, joined in the later stages, so it's gonna be for naught. I don't even know what this building was supposed to be. I know this building over here is just like somebody's torture chamber. You enter it and you straight out fucking die, and that's the city limits here. But we also have the police station all up ahead, which I can't enter sadly because they have it walled off and everything. Or well, you go inside and I don't know the code in order to get in. There's the courthouse, which we also had an electric chamber next to it. And then there used to be like this big old parking thing over here that I don't know what it was for. I'm assuming for the cops. And the shame box. On my second day here, I was thrown into the shame box because I kind of was eating people. I didn't know cannibalism was illegal. I thought we were, a community based on anarchy, but turns out we were not. So it was just sort of I was let go mostly because I tricked them into thinking I was forced to eat human meat at gunpoint. So, yeah. Anyways, onwards to the other portion of the city. Remember, the main rules of this whole server was this white line divided the north and the south. So everyone sort of just hung out at the bottom. Brave souls went to the north. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the Coliseum where we had sword fights. This, I don't know what it was supposed to be. I'm assuming it was supposed to be like some kind of horse trial thingy. This was a house that was never completed, which I'll probably demolish myself. A bus stop that led to nowhere because, again, player base shrunk. This dude's house is starting to fall apart. It was, supposed to be an illegal doctor practice. This house, someone was trying to be a realtor. This is like I forgot who it is. Tingleberries. I think it's Team Rocket's whole tea business. This was a Target range that's falling apart. Up ahead is also, you can see it up here, is Disguised Toast's big old farm. This is Fusili's main factory for making all the fireworks. At some point, they had a lot of turrets inside, okay? And this is what branded her essentially as a fucking maniacal terrorist. Because anyone who would walk in here would absolutely die. And she would just sometimes shoot people who were shopping at her store, so yeah. Also, I forgot to mention when we were at the police station, probably one of the most fun things about the whole server was the police force. As chaotic, as corrupt, and insane they were. One of them was named Spaceboy. This was supposed to be a therapy thing. Spaceboy, who had the most hilarious, almost like Philip J. Fry kind of voice. So imagine being robbed by Futurama characters. He would come up to you, shoot you, and cause a lot of problems, essentially. Oh, this building popped up overnight. Huh. Oh, it's the pirates are making a whole another building. But yeah, they're coming in force, so again, I feel bad that they're a little bit too late on a lot of things. I have no idea what that building over there is supposed to be. This is a Donkey and Leia's house, and I'm going to tell you, these two are an adorable as hell couple. It's really, really fun to see them just sort of be cute together. And Leia is just too adorable. She saw me accidentally run someone over and kill them, and she's like, "Oh no, you killed the man!" And she squirts me with a water gun. Bam, you're a bad man. And I just couldn't stop laughing because I thought she was actually gonna, blast me in the face with an actual gun. But no, that was fun. Anyways. This is Critical's Maze of Death, which you probably saw on his videos. Yeah, let's just talk about how frustrated some people have been just trying to do this thing. And holy hell, it's hilarious, especially if you see some of the more ragey filled people. They can't handle the ladders. Again, go to his YouTube channel and you'll see it, the amount of people who've died. I've tried it once. I almost made it to the end. But, yeah, I couldn't do the ladders either. This was I think was supposed to be also a tea shop. I have no idea. Down there is Wendy's tea factories and farm. Wendy Natsume, however you know her, or Sweetie Butt, her old name. And this is waste management. Again, also one of Critical's buildings. I don't know who this is. I think this is H. June's, which, let's call it, he basically blasted my face once, and he tried to get me in trouble. I don't know why these boxes are out here now. But I fear, it looks like his building is starting to decay too, which, again, sadness. Hopefully the wipe and the reset of the server helps bring a lot of people back. I sure do hope so, because this is really fun. And in the second go-around, I may actually stream it, so who knows? Alright, get back on the road. Don't crash into things. So, hi-ho, Silver. Bruin Crew. the supermarket where everybody basically went to, always gamble or get their money for gambling. I'll show you in a bit what I mean by that. Like a huge amount of degeneracy with that. This is, I think, Saikuno's house, where if you get a little too close, you get blasted by a trumpet. Oh no, it's turned off. Okay. Well, it blasts you with a trumpet alarm. This is Trey, the helicopter man's thing. He is one of the most amusing voices and characters in this whole server, where he acts like, a very cool-headed mafioso, like bada bing, bada boom. This is the way things go. He always has a helicopter, usually. They're not always on fire, but they do decay over time. Like, if anybody needs a ride anywhere really far and really dangerous, we just hop in on it. Or we call him up and he takes us. By the way, this wall isn't supposed to be here. The Holy Church and the Cat faction built it all over the bandit camp in order to prevent the gamblers from continuing their gambling ways. Because let me tell you, some people developed actual problems. They came to gamble even when they weren't streaming. So they got addicted. They built it eventually. Enough of the gamblers united together to use enough firepower to start blasting holes in the wall. I'm afraid of going in because there are actual turrets around here that will blast me away. But probably at the end of this, I'll put some clip of me and a few other people gambling because it was, again, really amusing. And of course, no place is more complete than without having an Applebee's. So look, Applebee's, yay. Also, I want to mention this sign is pretty damaged. And the only reason it's damaged is because people keep running into it and accidentally shooting it. Especially there was an actual battle, again, the gamblers versus the church for the wall, and it took place here, and we called it the Battle of Applebee's. Yeah, you can see I have a bunch of little gas stations everywhere, because, again, I became the gas man. Whee! The robot recharging center. I don't know what they were supposed to do, but the players who play this, they act like Siri and Alexa, so it's adorable. Alright, here is Lag City, essentially. Mostly because there's a lot of buildings here. But here's at the Hot Tropic. I actually really do like the store because, unless you have money, you don't actually get any skins. So, being able to get skins just by buying it from other players has been pretty good. And then the rest of this is really kind of confusing to me, mostly because I didn't visit this place that often. And since a lot of the players from this portion or this city stop playing quite early. Here, I don't know who this is supposed to be, but it looked like a little nice tiki home. It was adorable. There's a Pokemon Center. I think this is Pokelols. I don't know. So I don't know who that is or that home up there. Let's call it. I know this over here. I don't know who this is. I think is it G's? Officer G's or Age, I mean. Like, I know Corpse. I know Corpse Husband and Saikuno and Officer each come in here and they get strapped up in order for missions, or at least I was with them when they were doing that. So this might be their home. I don't know whose home this is. Their door is, non-existent anymore. So there's used to be a home over here with our Choco bars. You can still see them, just kind of sleeping on the floor, kind of sad. Here is the loophole, which I believe is Hassan's and Sylvanas. Their home and their base. So I don't know who that is, but I think they were just making also teas. Again, teas were a very lucrative business, as was guns, early on at least, until people were able to, farm up other stuff. This is Box's, like, big-ass building.
How's it going?
Oh, hey. I'm just going on a tour of the whole town again. Just looking at every building before the decay. You don't have pants.
Idea.
That's oh, you don't have pants on.
Oh yeah. I forgot what I was doing.
That right there is the, I guess, more shark loan spawn.
Amnesia and no pants.
This is supposed to be the Korean barbecue place. By the way, if it's
There we go.
yeah. If it's open, I can show you Box's insane casino. Like that motherfucker actually built a extreme number generator for his casino. like the gun run is essentially. I'll show you this before I go to Box Casino. Basically, they made an obstacle course for shooting and everything, and it was pretty dope. And then this is Lily's little like murderous little drawing of a cat getting blasted in the face. But anyways, as I was saying, Box created this like huge system for gambling using like a complex, I guess, random number generation, and how would I say, yeah, I don't think I can go inside this place. That sucks. Number generator and a bunch of electronics, and it was insane. It actually works, but people didn't do it as often because, you know, gambling, I think, from his system was a lot slower for that more people wanted. They just want that adrenaline rush of pressing a button and being like, hit me up, baby. So, yeah, huge problems. Here is Brofane's, or what you call it, picture museum. I actually never found the secret hentai museum that they say. I did find Choco Taco's like evil cannibal location, which you die in order to get paid some money. But yeah, pictures and all that other cute stuff. We accidentally set this whole place on fire. Oh, unfortunate. I only think one other person is online, so it's kind of sad that he asks me. Yeah, Trainwreck gambles all the time, by the way. Like, he's one of the people with the problems. But yeah, that's mostly the cities. Again, I don't know where, like, Lily's home is. I know other people have their stuff around in the mountains up here or something. But it's too much to go and just adventure there for no reason. But anyways, it's just kind of a fun tour of this place and a good memory for me before it all goes out. You see? Again, the wall extends all the way up here. They really, really built a massive anti-gambling wall. They were insane. But at least they plowed through it. Also, by the way, I have a water base. Because you need gasoline even if you're in the water. Conveniently slightly below the white line. So yeah, it was quite fun. I even have a gas station all the way over here. With exorbitant prices. So yeah, also I know there's like a mansion over here that the cats build, but I'm not going to ride all the way over there. It'll take just like 10 minutes to get there. But anyways, thank you for watching, and maybe this has given me enough morale and heart to just stream or talk or do more things like before. Like, I'm not going to lie, I sort of had a fascination or a thought about just variety streaming or something. I think that'd be pretty nice. Even if I don't ever get big again or relevant, I kind of just miss community. So yeah, take care, everyone. Especially take care if this is just my one-off video for the year for some reason. But anyways, yeah.